year of mathematics today. So before we start, I would want some commitment from you people. The first thing which I would be expecting from you that you should pay attention. Okay. If you won't pay attention, there will be things, important things, which you will miss, which I may or may not repeat, right? So are you paying attention? The second thing which I want from you that during the lecture, whenever, at any point of time, you find anything which you are not able to comprehend, or anything which you are not able to understand, or any parallel thought, just stop me then and there, ask me then and there. Do not let your doubt to stay in your head because the doubt starts multiplying and it will be very difficult if, when it becomes humongous, right? So stop me then and there, ask me then and there. Do not be shy. Okay? Do not think that those questions are stupid questions. There's nothing called stupid questions. Okay? And the third and the most important point, when you get back to your place, whatever we are doing today, whatever we will be doing today, you'll be going to recap everything, and going to make a personal hand note, lecture note in your own words, so that in future, whenever you turn the pages, everything becomes crystal clear. Okay? Okay, should we start now? The topic of today is trigonometric equations, right? Before we jump to trigonometric equation, I would like to take a little backward, and we'll discuss something, the most important part of trigonometry 1, which we used to call the graphs. Without graphs, we won't be able to understand trigonometric equations. And before drawing the graph, I would like to, we will take a quick recap about the 6 trigonometric functions. Those 6 classical trigonometric functions, everybody understand that? We are going to see how they wiggle when theta varies. And then only we will be able to draw the graph. So should we start now? Okay. I'm going to draw the coordinate axis. Everybody can see this? You can see this? This is the coordinate axis. A very good tool by Descartes. So I'm going to draw a unit circle, a quarter portion of unit circle. Everybody understand what is a unit circle? The radius is 1. And the center I'm keeping is origin. Okay? Now, I'm going to draw a tangent. Everybody understand what is a tangent? Okay. Now I'm going to say this point as point of contact. Now, I'm going to draw a line OP. Everybody can see this? Now I'm going to draw a perpendicular. Fine? I'm going to call it A. I'm going to call this point as B. I'm going to call this point as C. Okay? Now tell me, if I call this angle as theta, what will be the length of PA? You know, this is a unit circle, so radius is 1. So what will be PA? Sine theta. Okay? And what will be OA? Excellent. And what will be OB? Okay, just tell me what will be BP. You know the angle between the radius and the tangent is 90 degree, right? If you observe this triangle, this is a right angle triangle whose base angle is theta, base is 1, and the altitude is tan theta. Got it? So this is tan theta. And this will be 1 plus tan square theta. That is sec square theta. And what is the square root of sec square theta? Sec theta. Excellent. Now, you know this is sec theta. Now, what will be the length of PC? will again be a right angle triangle, right? If this is theta, this will also be theta because this is theta, this 90 minus theta, so this will be theta. So if this is theta, this is your base, and this is your height. What will be this length? Cot theta. And what will be the length of this? Cosecant theta, right? So you see all the 6 trigonometric function in one diagram, right? You can see that. Now the word sine theta, from where the word sine theta came from? It's a Latin word. It means opening, right? And you can see this. This is opening up. Now we are going to see how these 6 functions wiggle when theta varies. Okay, we are going to observe this diagram only, and we are going to see कि कैसे theta change, how the theta is varying, and how the value of the various trigonometric functions changing. Right? This is your theta. When I'm going to increase my theta, when I'm going to increase my theta, what will happen to sine theta? It will increase, right? Because it will shift to this portion, and obviously it will increase. And what about the tangent theta? It will also increase. And what about the secant theta? It will also increase. So these 3 are increasing. When tangent theta is increasing, cot theta will decrease. And when sine theta is increasing, cos theta will decrease. And what about cosecant theta? This will also decrease. So you understand? These 3 functions which are increasing and these 3 functions which are decreasing. Okay, so you have an idea how the function and how it is changing with the angles, right? Now we are going to draw the functions graph. Okay, so everybody noted this? Should I rub it? No? Should we? Thank you. You have to be a little fast, okay? We have to cover many things. Now I'm going to draw the graph of sine theta. Y is equal to sine x. When I'm going to draw the graph, my x would be the angles. Angles in what radians or degree? Radians. Whenever we are going to plot the graph, my angles would always be in radians. We just observed that at 0, it was 0 and it was increasing till pi by 2, right? And what about after pi by 2? It decreases and remains positive, right? And comes to 0. And then again, it goes something like this, right? And this point becomes 2 pi. This becomes pi. This is 3 pi by 2. And it keeps repeating after 2 pi because 360-degree makes a circle, right? So it will also go this way. Now we understand what values x can take. What values x can take? Any angles, right? Minus infinity to, we call it domain. The domain of the function. Just we discussed the domain, right? What is the domain of this function? The values x can take, and domain becomes x is the element of real number. Clear? And what about the range? Right? This was our range. Okay. Is my function repeating after certain length? What is that length? Is it constant? So can I call this function as a periodic function, which is repeating after 2 pi? So what is the time period of this function? 2 pi. Now, can you tell me that the relation, if you see how many x has how many y's? If I say, let's say at pi by 3, pi by 6, what will be the value of sine pi by 6? 1 by 2, right? And what about 5 pi by 6? Same value. And what about 13 pi by 6? Same value. So you see that we have many x but one y. So we call this type of function as many one function, right? This function is called many one. We have many x for the same one value of y. We call this relation as many one function. Okay. Now tell me, can you spot the branch where you only see one-to-one relationship? That one x has only one y. Can you branch? You can cut it from where to where? Minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. You see that we have one-to-one relation. And from pi by 2 to 3 pi by 2, again we have one-to-one relation. And similarly, we have one-to-one relation. So we have so many branches. If we cut these branches, we get one-to-one relation, right? And what about minus pi by 2, pi by 2? We call this branch as principal branch. Okay? आप यहाँ पे स्टार कर लेना. Just for the information, that's it. Okay? Now we are going to draw y is equal to sine x. Can you draw it? Y is equal to sine x and tell me everything. Tell me the domain, tell me the range, tell me the time period, tell me whether it is many one, tell me the principal branch. Cosec. Okay? Just draw it. Should I rub this? So what is the domain of this function? X is the element of real element. What is the range? And what about the period? Hmm? Pi by 2, 2n plus 1. I'm talking about the time period. 2 pi. It's repeating after 2 pi, right? And what about the principal branch? Principal branch is that branch where we see the one-to-one relation and it's very near to the origin. कहाँ देखेंगे? I call this as 0. I'll call this as pi by 2. I'll this call as pi. I'll call this as 3 pi by 2. 0 to? You see one-to-one relation from 0 to pi. Okay. How can you calculate? Okay, how you calculate t is equal to 2 pi? When you are observing the sine function, when you're observing y is equal to sine function, you go to the basic and draw the graph. Take any point on the function. Take any point on the function. Let's say I chose this point, x is equal to a. Now, this value is being repeated here and then again here, right? If you observe this point is not the same point because here you are increasing and then here you are actually coming down, but here you are again increasing. So you observe the same pattern here. And what is the length of this pattern? 2 pi, right? So this is how you're going to calculate the time period using the graph. When you're not actually using the graph, then you know that if I call fx as sine x, I'll call x plus t as sine x plus t. And when I say sine x plus t is equal to sine x, it means at what angles, the minimum value of t for which I'll get the same sine x, and that is 2 pi. Okay? And clear? Now, so you are done with cos x? Clear? Hello.
हेलो सर, प्रिंसिपल ब्रांच एक्सप्लेन कर दीजिए क्या होता है।
प्रिंसिपल ब्रांच में आप देखते हो, मैंने क्या बताया था कि आपका जो ये फंक्शन है साइन एक्स फंक्शन या कॉस एक्स फंक्शन, इसमें आपने क्या देखा था? आपने देखा था कि आपका जो रिलेशन है मेनी वन का रिलेशन था. मेनी वैल्यूज ऑफ एक्स वर गिविंग मी सेम वैल्यू ऑफ वाई, राइट? तो ये रिलेशन हम कहते हैं मेनी वन रिलेशन. लेकिन हम लोग ऑब्जर्व करेंगे कि कौन से ब्रांच में वन टू वन रिलेशन है. वन टू वन रिलेशन देखने के लिए हमने देखा था, जैसे लेट्स टेक द एग्जांपल ऑफ cos x. तो हमने देखा 0 से पाई वन टू वन रिलेशन है, एंड देन वी ऑब्जर्व पाई टू 2 पाई वन टू वन ऑब्जर्वेशन है, 2 पाई टू 3 पाई. तो ये सारे ब्रांचेस में वी वर ऑब्जर्विंग इट वाज वन टू वन रिलेशन. नहीं, दीज आर द ब्रांचेस जहां पे हम लोग वन टू वन रिलेशन देख रहे थे. और वो ब्रांच जो ओरिजिन से सबसे नजदीक होता है उसे हम प्रिंसिपल ब्रांच कहते हैं. ठीक है? जैसे sin x में क्या था, minus pi by 2 से pi by 2. It was a principal branch. And for cos x, it was 0 to pi. Now, we are going to draw y is equal to tan x. Right? Now tell me, at 0, what is the value of tan? 0. And what is tan 90? Not defined. We do not call it infinity. See, we never call 1 upon 0 or any number upon 0 as infinity. There are basically two types of numbers. Defined numbers, non-defined numbers, right? Think of Aryabhatta. What did he give? 0, right? So when Aryabhatta was proposing 0, before 0, 0 was what? It was an undefined number, right? Because nobody knew about the mathematical applications of 0, how to deal with 0 mathematically. So it was first Aryabhatta who actually gave 0. 0 उससे पहले कहाँ था? Not defined territory में था. Then it jumped into defined territory. उसी तरीके से धीरे धीरे हम लोग rational numbers, then irrational numbers, then complex numbers ऐसे jump किए थे. So till today we have complex numbers and real numbers are called as defined numbers. And whatever which is not lying somewhere here, let's say infinity, 1 upon 0, 5 upon 0, these numbers are called not defined. Maybe in future you will be able to show us the mathematical operations of 1 upon 0. And maybe 1 upon 0 will jump to the defined territory, right? That is the story of the numbers, okay? So when we say tan 90, it's not infinity, it's undefined numbers. Infinity is also one of undefined numbers. We cannot say two undefined numbers are same, right? Now, if you observe the graph of tan x, I'll call this point as pi by 2 and this as minus pi by 2. At tan 0, it is 0, tan 45 is 1, and then it shoots up, right? Tan 60 is root 3, and then tan 89. So when you get back home, try use the calculator, find tan 89. You will see something close to 50. When you see tan 89.9, it will still be something close to 500 something. When you feed tan 89.99, it will reach 5,000. So what is happening? The small change in angle, the value of y is increasingly high, right? So it will be something like this, shooting up, but not touching the x is equal to pi by 2 line because it is not defined at that zone. And we call this type of line as vertical asymptote. Just for the sake, just write it a star mark. When you will be learning calculus, then you will be able to understand what are asymptotes and all. So it's just write it, vertical asymptote. We call this line as vertical asymptote. Okay? And for negative portion, you understand that it gets negative and it goes something like this, right? And how tan varies? 0 to 98 is positive, 90 to 188 is negative, then 180 to 270 it's again positive, and then 270 to 360 it's again. So it is repeating not at 2 pi, but repeating at pi. So what is the time period of this function? Pi. So we are going to, it will be something like this, right? It will keep on repeating. Now tell me the domain. Is it taking all the values of x? It is not taking 90 degree. It is not taking 270 degree. It is not taking minus 90 degree. It is not taking 450 degree. Means it is not taking odd multiples of pi by 2. So domain is real minus 2n pi by 2. right? Understand? नहीं समझ में आ रहा है? आ रहा है ना? Okay. What about the range? I can see negative values as well. Minus infinity to? So range is all real numbers, right? Time period? Pi. No, when I say time period, it's a length. So it cannot be 0 to pi. It's just pi. Okay. Time period is pi. And what's the principal branch? Minus pi by 2 to open bracket. Excellent. Why open bracket? Because it do not accept the value, right? Thank you. So now we have already understood sin x, we have already understood cos x, we have already understood tan x. The reciprocal of sin x is cosec theta. And how the graph is? Can you draw the graph of cosec theta? Please draw it. When we talk about domain, it means we are asking what values a particular function can take, right? The values of x. Now, when I say tan x, we see that at x is equal to pi by 2, it is not defined, and at x is equal to minus pi by 2 also it is not defined. Then we again observe at 3 pi by 2 it is not defined, then 5 pi by 2 it's not defined. What you are observing the pattern? And you see the pattern at which it is not defined? It's basically the odd integral multiples of pi by 2. So it is y is equal to tan x takes all values of x except odd integral multiples of pi by 2. Is it clear to you, Mr. Katiyar? Miss Katiyar? So, are you done with cosecant and secant? No? Should I help you? First, I'm going to draw y is equal to cosec theta, which means cosec x, which means 1 upon sin x. I don't want my denominator to be 0. Why? Because Mr. Aryabhatta told about that. You can put 0 anywhere, but not in the denominator, right? Because he wasn't able to understand it mathematically, and still we are not able to understand it mathematically. So we call it a non-defined numbers. So at what values my sin x becomes 0? At 0, pi, 2 pi, 3 pi, right? So can you tell me where will we have our vertical asymptotes? At 0, it's not defined. So it will be one of our vertical asymptote. At pi, again, it will not be defined. Pi, we will have vertical asymptote. At 2 pi, again, we will have vertical asymptote. Similarly, at minus pi also we'll have vertical asymptote. Clear? Now, at pi by 2, what will be the value? 1 by sine pi by 2. 1. It will be 1. Now, the moment you are increasing your x, increasing your x, sin x, बहुत ही कोई छोटा नंबर, 1 upon बहुत छोटा number becomes बहुत बड़ा number. So it will come something like this, right? And what about after 90 degree? फिर से 90 प्लस क्या होता है? एक छोटा सा नंबर, उसका रेसिप्रोकल क्या होगा? 1 से बड़ा होगा. So it will again shoot up this way, right? अच्छा, थर्ड क्वाड्रेंट में आपका साइन क्या होता है? नेगेटिव. यहाँ भी नेगेटिव होगा. और माइनस 3 पाई बाई 2 पे क्या होगा? -1, 1, right? So it will be something like this. Again, it will start repeating. So can you understand the graph? We call it y is equal to cosine theta. Sorry, cosecant theta. Now, what is the domain? Is it taking all the values of x? Which value it is not taking? Pi, 2 pi, 3 pi, right? So we'll call domain as x is the element of real number minus n pi. Just the integral multiples of pi. And what about the range? Excellent. Can we have any value which is lying between 1 and -1? 1 and -1 is included? Yes, it is included. So range becomes minus infinity. We always keep minus infinity in open bracket. Why? Because we do not know, we do not consider minus infinity as a number. So minus infinity to -1, 1 is included, union 1. Clear? And what about the time period? Whatever the time period is of sine remains the time period of cosecant as well, right? So what is the time period? Now, tell me the principal branch. Now, where you see 1-to-1 relation, minus pi by 2 to pi by 2 excluding 0. Are these 2 points taken? Included? Yes, we have defined values, right? Minus. This is how we are going to symbolize it, right? Symbolically ऐसे ही लिखते हैं. But do you really think that cosecant, secant, or quad theta is a mathematical thing? It's more of a cultural thing. We have been using in the past because we have already understood sine theta. We have already understood cos theta. And then we are actually exaggerating into all the 6 functions. So the basic emphasis is on those 6 functions. It's mostly culturally. Why do we do it mostly? Why do we learn these 6 functions? Because in most of the manuals, whenever you will be going into the field, the technical manuals, they have all the values in these 6 functions. So you are pretty friendly with these 6 functions. Or whenever you are tackling any problem, these 6 functions, the familiarity with this 6 function gives you the intuitive idea how to tackle the problem. Otherwise, I can define infinite number of functions using the combination of sine cos, right? So it is not basically the mathematical thing. It's more of a cultural thing because we have been doing it from the past. So if we have already able to understand what is y is equal to sine x, y is equal to cos x, we are able to understand all the 6 functions. Okay. So you're done. You can already do the secant as well. And similarly, you can also draw the cotangent. Okay. कोई problem यहाँ तक? Now we'll be going to the trigonometric equation part. So I think because before trigonometric equation, you should be very, very well aware with the graph. If you are aware with the graph, trigonometric equation is not a new chapter. You're already finished. Just you have to do problems now. Okay, let's see. Should I rub it? Without है क्या? Please explain why we cannot take principal branch for sin x and cos x. We can take. We have already took. What's wrong with Mr. Balasubramanian? Okay. Now, before I do trigonometric equations, tell me if I say 2x plus 3y is equal to 5 and 3x plus 4y is equal to 7. I have to solve these two equations. What does it mean? What does it mean graphically? Is it a line? And is it another line? And the solution is the intersection of these 2 points, right? That is how we are going to solve. And that is how we used to solve. लेकिन आपको बचपन बताया गया कि okay, x को एक तरफ कर दो, y को एक तरफ कर दो, एक को दूसरे में substitute कर दो and find it, right? That was the way you were doing it. But what actually you were doing it? Actually, जब भी आपको whenever you see two linear equation, it means you are seeing two lines. And when you see two lines, there can be three combinations. Either these two lines are intersecting, you find one solution. When they are intersecting, they intersect at one point, so you find one solution. Whenever they are parallel, they never intersect. So you say no solution. And whenever they are the same line, the coincident line, then you say infinite solutions. This is what you used to do. And you used to mark the formula, right? But what actually it was simply two lines, and you just had to plot the lines and tell whatever the combination is possible, right? That is what the actual mathematical thinking is. Okay? So when I'm talking about, should I rub this? When I'm talking about solve trigonometric function equation, sin x is equal to half. It means nothing but the intersection point of two curves. Two curves, one curve is y is equal to sin x and the other curve is y is equal to half. Two lines, y is equal to sin x and y is equal to half. जैसे last time ने line 1 और line 2 का intersection निकाला था ना, and that was the solution. Similarly, the solution of this trigonometric equation is actually the intersection points of two curves. One curve is y is equal to sin x and the other curve is y is equal to half. So we are going to draw both the curves. This is my sin x, right? Now, what will be the line y is equal to half? What is y is equal to half? It will be parallel to x axis. If I call this point as half, this is my line, right? Right? So what are the intersection points? This, 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 this. So we have infinite points, but we see a pattern. We see pattern. So first we are going to write the principal solution. Principal solution वो solution होता है जिसमें 0 से 2 पाई के बीच के एंगल्स हम लिख देते हैं. That is 0 to 360 डिग्री. हम लोग को टर्मिनल एंगल्स पे नहीं जाते, है ना? सिर्फ 0 to 360 डिग्री. 0 to 2 पाई पे whatever the angles are, we जो correspond value दे रहा है half, that is my solution. That is called principal solution. It's different from principal branch. It's not the same thing. Okay. I just mentioned you principal branch because whenever you will be going to trigonometry 3, that is inverse part, you'll be able to understand more. Just keep it in a star marks. What is that principal branch. You understand what is principal branch, right? The principal solution lies from 0 to 2 pi. So when I say what is the principal solution, I will be plotting this point. This will be pi by 6. This will be 5 pi by 6. तो 0 से 2 pi पे कहां पे intersect हो रहा है? 5 by 6 and 5 pi by 6. This is my principal solution. But what about the general solution? So मैं solution लिखना जा रहा हूं. मैं पहले इस point का देखो ये pi by 6 है. इसे मैं 0 plus pi by 6 लिखूंगा. कोई प्रॉब्लम किसी को? नहीं. pi by 6 फिर कहां पे रिपीट करेगा? 2 pi plus pi by 6 पे. फिर कहां रिपीट करेगा? 4 pi plus pi by 6. ऐसे ही चलता जाएगा. हाँ, अच्छा. इसे ये 5 pi by 6 है ना, इसे मैं pi minus pi by 6 लिख सकता हूं. लिख सकता हूं. 5 pi by 6 फिर कहां पे रिपीट करेगा? प्लस 2 pi, जिसे मैं लिख सकता हूं 3 pi minus pi by 6. फिर मैं लिख सकता हूं 5 pi minus pi by 6. यही दो सॉल्यूशन हो गए. दिस और दिस, बोथ सॉल्यूशन आर राइट. अब बताओ इन दोनों को मैं साथ कैसे कर दूं? इन दोनों का मैं यूनियन सॉल्यूशन कैसे लिखूं? वी सी जब भी हमारे पास even multiples of pi है, we have got plus pi by 6, and when we get odd multiples of pi, we get minus pi by 6. मतलब माइनस आ रहा है ऑड के साथ और प्लस आ रहा है किसके साथ? इवन के साथ. तो कैन आई से that my general solution x will be equal to n pi plus minus 1 n. Excellent. So this is your general solution which you just derived it, right? Clear or not clear? Can you put the questions on? यहाँ पे questions. Okay. Please explain the range of cosec x. Is she viewing me? Okay. When you see the graph of cosec x, right? Okay. Actually, I don't want to disturb this. When you see the graph, had you drawn the graph of cosec x? If you see the graph of cosec x, you will observe that. Hello. Should I keep on continuing?
Yeah, you can explain.
Okay, just everyone is okay, fine.
Sir, I want to know, I'm not getting the how to the time period.
How to calculate the time period? You have to go back to the basics of trigonometry.
Time period.
What is time period? Time period is of any function is this minimum length at which the function starts repeating, right? When you observe when you go to the basics, how we used to define sine function. Sine function used to be we used to define sine x as sine theta used to be y by r, right? We used to define this way, sine theta. When you go from 0 to pi by 2, it's positive, and again it is positive, but decreasing, and then negative, decreasing, and then positive, then again negative, increasing, and then it is repeat after a cycle. After 2 pi, it is repeating sine x, right? So the time period becomes 2 pi of sine x. Similarly, if you observe the cosec x, cos theta, that is x by r. If you see this, you are seeing that it's positive, but it's decreasing. The value of x is decreasing. And then again, it becoming negative, 0 to negative, and then again increasing. but negative. And when you are coming to the fourth quadrant, it's again becoming positive and it is increasing. So you observe the whole thing is repeating after 2 pi for cos theta as well. So so the time period of cos theta also becomes 2 pi. तो sin theta का time period 2 pi समझ में आया, cos theta का भी time period 2 pi समझ में आ गया. Now if you observe tan theta, you will see that this is positive, then again it is negative, then again positive, and then again negative. So it is actually following the cycle in just after pi. So the time period of tan theta becomes pi. Clear or not clear? Clear?
No, sir, not yet.
Were you able to draw the graph? Tell me honestly. Were you able to draw the graph? How you were drawing the graph? It's basically in trigonometry 1.
Not yet.
Did you understand sin theta? Time period is 2 pi. Did you understand the time period of sin theta is 2 pi?
Sir, I am not hearing you clearly.
Oh, that is the issue. So, she's from which center? She's from which center? So, because she's asking the the most basic thing. And so we'll just message her ki we'll be dealing with her doubt because it's breaking. Okay.
Sir, I can't hear you.
Just text because she's breaking the whole system. Okay, I will get back to her. Okay, can we have the questions on the board? So we understood the sine theta part, right? When sine x is equal to some value, how to solve it, right? And we got the general solution as well. Whenever we find sine x is equal to sine alpha, means you have spotted one angle. So what will be the solution? Right? Understood this formula? You can now directly apply this. You understood how this formula we arrived to this formula how? Okay. Now similarly, we are going to find cos x is equal to, let's say, minus root 3 by 2. So again, it's basically the intersection of two lines, two curves. One is cosine and the other is y is equal to. So we are going to draw both. So this is the graph of cosine, right? Now what is y is equal to minus root 3 by 2? A line below x-axis at somewhere here. So it will at how many points it is cutting? It is infinite number of points, but it is showing some pattern, right? We observe this, we observe this, we observe this, right? Now tell me, minus root 3 by 2 कितना होता है? ये अगर पाई बाई 2 है, ये अगर पाई है, कितना होता है? साइन 5 pi by 5 pi by 6. Okay, fine. So at 5 pi by 6, sine cos 30 sine 60, right? Okay, 5 pi by 6 is basically pi minus pi by 6, and cos pi minus theta is minus cos theta. So fine. So when we observe, this is pi minus pi by 6, and what we observe here? Again, it will be 7 pi by 6. We saw two solutions. 5 pi by 6. This is minus 5 pi by 6. This point, है this point, this length, minus 5 pi by 6. This is because it is symmetrical about this line, and this length will be minus 7 pi by 6. So you observe the pattern. Pi minus pi by 6, pi plus pi by 6. Then you again see minus pi plus pi by 6, minus pi minus pi by 6. What you are observing? We are having, let's say we'll go beyond. This will be 2 pi minus pi by 6. This will be 2 pi plus pi by 6. Then we go again 3 pi minus pi by 6, 3 pi plus pi by 6. Because ये सेट 2 pi पे रिपीट कर रहा है ना, है ना? और ये सेट भी 2 pi पे रिपीट कर रहा है. दोनों में कॉमन क्या है? प्लस, एक बार प्लस आ रहा है, एक बार माइनस आ रहा है, एक बार प्लस आ रहा है, एक बार माइनस आ रहा है. इररिस्पेक्टिव, कोई ऑड इवन का इसमें कहानी नहीं है. तो व्हाट विल बी द जनरल सॉल्यूशन? क्या होगा जनरल सॉल्यूशन? x is equal to 2n pi plus minus. Clear? This will be n pi plus minus pi by 6. Or 2n pi. It's repeating after 2n pi. Okay? Okay. So basically, it's more of a, we observe this is a symmetric function like x square is equal to 25. So we call x is equal to plus minus 5, right? So similarly, if I say cos x is equal to minus root 3 by 2, I'll say x is equal to plus minus 5 pi by 6. So what will be, and it repeats after 2n pi. So x is equal to 2n pi plus minus 5 pi by 6. Okay. So what will be the general solution of cos x is equal to cos alpha? 2n pi plus minus alpha. Clear or not clear? Very good. Now we are going to plot y is equal to, we are going to draw tan x is equal to root 3. Okay. So it will again be the intersection of tan x and y is equal to root 3. At pi by 2 it will be asymptote. Okay. What will be the graph? It will be going this way. And what about the y is equal to root 3 part? It will be something like right? It will be something like this. What about this? Right? ये क्या कौन सा पॉइंट हो जाएगा? Tan 60 is, it's again repeating after pi pi. This will be pi by 3, it's repeating after, so it will be minus pi plus pi by 3. Right? Clear? So what is the general solution? Plus minus n pi plus pi by 3. Right? And what about tan x is equal to tan alpha? N pi plus alpha. Clear? Not clear? Clear. Do we really have to find the general solution for cosecant or secant or cotangent? Because we can any day replace it by cosecant by sine, and secant by cos, and cotan by tan. Now, can you go a little up? Okay. Now I want you to solve sine square x is equal to 1 by 4. Sine square x is equal to 1 by 4. What do you think? How to solve sine square x is equal to 1 by 4? So basically we are getting two solutions. We are basically seeing that sine square x is equal to, what is the value? 1 by 2, 1 by 4. So how we are going to solve it? 1 by 2. So sine x will become plus minus 1 by 2. So we have two solutions. One is sine x is equal to half, and another is, what will be the solution, general solution? 1 to the power n. And what will be the general solution here? Minus pi by 6. Right. Now tell me, you observe that sometime whatever we are writing, just मैं इसको n की वैल्यूज में फीड कर रहा हूं इसमें, ठीक है? मैं n को 0 रखता हूं तो क्या बन जाता है? पाई बाई 6. मैं n को 1 डालता हूं तो क्या बन जाता है? पाई माइनस पाई बाई 6. ठीक है? मैं n को 2 डालता हूं तो क्या बन जाता है? 2 पाई प्लस पाई बाई 6. ये क्या बन जाता है? 3 पाई माइनस पाई बाई 6. राइट? और मैं इसको जब n को मैं 1 डालता हूं, 0 डालता हूं तो क्या बन जाता है ये? और जब मैं n को 1 डालता हूं तो क्या बन जाता है? फिर क्या बन जाता है? मैं क्या कहते हैं n को डालता हूं 2 तो क्या बन जाएगा? 2 पाई माइनस 2 पाई माइनस जस्ट अ सेक 2 पाई माइनस दैट इज 11 पाई बाई 6, राइट? सो क्या देख रहे हो आप, ऑब्जर्व क्या कर रहे हो? दैट इज पाई माइनस पाई बाई 6, 0 pi minus pi by 6, pi plus pi by 6, and then you observe 2 pi minus pi by 6, and then you observe 3 pi plus pi by 6, right? तो क्या देख रहे हो आप कि आप दोनों के लिए मतलब और है ना, either this or this, both will satisfy the equation, that's a union thing. और आप देख रहे हो पाई के साथ माइनस पाई बाई 6 भी है और प्लस पाई बाई 6 भी है, 2 पाई के साथ प्लस पाई बाई 6 है, माइनस पाई बाई 6 है, 3 पाई के साथ माइनस भी है, प्लस भी है. गेट द आइडिया? तो क्या इससे पता चल रहा है? इससे पता चल रहा है कि n पाई प्लस माइनस पाई बाई 6. ठीक, राइट? सो व्हेनेवर यू ऑब्जर्व एनीथिंग लाइक sin square x is equal to sin square alpha, x will be equal to, we are not going to prove for cos square x also, and because that will also be the same thing. When I say cos square x is equal to cos square alpha, so x will be equal to n pi plus minus alpha. आप घर पे इसे प्रूव करना. And similarly tan square x is equal to tan square alpha, इसे भी घर पे प्रूव कर लेना. x is equal to n pi plus minus alpha. Clear? You know how to prove it? Okay. Okay. Clear or not clear? Clear. So now do question number M. First M part. First का M part. 2 cot square x. क्या क्या? Just a second. कहाँ क्या प्रॉब्लम है? नहीं, n पाई होगा. ये तीनों का सेम जनरल सॉल्यूशन होता है. n पाई वो आपको दिखा दो करके. चलो मैं दिखा देता हूँ. Let's say I have something called, I don't have a stand here. So cos square x is equal to, let's say, 3/4. Okay. So what is cos x is equal to? Plus minus root 3/2. मतलब cos x is equal to root 3/2 या cos x is equal to minus root 3/2. ठीक है, इसका मतलब क्या हुआ? x is equal to 2n pi minus root, that is pi by 3. No, pi by 6. Pi by 6. And what about here? 2n pi plus minus, this will be pi minus pi by 6, that is 5 pi by 6, है ना? राइट अब तुम ऑब्जर्व करो, इसको n को डालते जाओ तो तुम देखोगे क्या, n को 0 डालो, क्या बनेगा? माइनस पाई बाई 6 पाई बाई 6, फिर इसमें 2 पाई करो, 2 पाई माइनस पाई बाई 6, इधर करो 2 पाई प्लस पाई बाई 6. ठीक है, क्लियर? अब इसमें आ जाओ, इसको मैं और जनरल तरीके से लिखता हूँ, 2n प्लस पाई माइनस पाई बाई 6, है ना? ये क्या बन गया? 2n प्लस 1 पाई प्लस माइनस इसे पहले ओपन ही कर देते हैं. ठीक है, नाउ ऑब्जर्व दिस, व्हेन n इज इक्वल टू 0 तो क्या होगा? प्लस माइनस 5 पाई बाई 6 व्हिच आई कैन राइट एज पाई माइनस पाई बाई 6 और माइनस पाई प्लस पाई बाई 6. क्लियर? अब इसमें डालो 3 पाई माइनस पाई बाई 6 और ये क्या होगा? 2 पाई प्लस पाई बाई 6. देखो कोई फर्क पड़ रहा है क्या ऑड इवन से? नहीं फर्क पड़ रहा है ना? तो क्या हो गया? n पाई इज इक्वल टू, ठीक है, जनरल सॉल्यूशन. नाउ डू क्वेश्चन नंबर फर्स्ट का m पार्ट. m is equal to, how did you do it? Which identity? Excellent. Everybody solved it? Should I solve it? No? So do the nth part. See, in trigonometric equations, whenever we are solving trigonometric equations, avoid using squaring. Avoid squaring. जैसे आप इस क्वेश्चन में देख रहे होगे, nth part में आप क्या देख रहे हो? 2 sin square x plus root 3 cos x plus 1 is equal to 0. Right? My idea is to avoid squaring. Why? अगर हम स्क्वायर करते हैं तो सॉल्यूशंस और ऐड हो जाते हैं. एक एग्जांपल देता हूं. इफ आई से x is equal to 5, अगर मैं इसको स्क्वायर करता हूं तो क्या बन जाता है? इसका सॉल्यूशन क्या निकल के आता है? और इसका सॉल्यूशन क्या था? तो मतलब देख, सॉल्यूशन ऐड ऑन हो गया ना, वो हमें चाहिए नहीं था ऐड ऑन होना, इसलिए हम लोग अवॉइड करते हैं स्क्वायर करना. अब देखो कैसे सॉल्व करेंगे इस क्वेश्चन को. 2 sin square x plus root 3 cos x plus 1. How to deal with it? My linear term is cos x, so why not make our 2 degree term also cos x square x? How to do it? Plus, right? So what will be the final equation? 2 minus 2 cos square x plus root 3 cos x plus 1 is equal to 0, which I am going to multiply by minus, so it will become 2 cos square x minus root 3 cos x minus 3 is equal to 0. Right? It is a quadratic equation in cos. So what will be the value of cos x? Everybody know how to solve quadratic equation? Okay, minus b plus minus under root b square minus 4ac by 2a. So this will become root 3 plus minus, what is the square of b? 3 minus minus plus 4 into 3 into 2. What is it that? 24 upon that is 4. So this will be root 3 plus minus 3 root 3 by 4. Okay, we have two solutions. What is one solution is root 3 और दूसरा क्या है minus root 3 by 2. Okay, is it possible cos x is equal to root 3? What was the range of cos theta? Minus 1 to 1. So we are going to neglect this solution. So what is the solution now? Minus root 3 by 2. So the answer will be x is equal to n pi? Yeah, 2n pi. Plus minus what angle? 5? Excellent. Clear? M part of first question. Okay. Should I rub it? See, the question of M part is something like 2 cot square x is equal to cosec square x. Right? So, as we know the identity of 1 plus cot square x is equal to cosec square x. Either I will turn everything into cot square or everything into cosec square x. So, whatever you feel like. So, अभी इसको कर देते 2 into cosec square x minus 1. This is the identity. 1 plus cot square x is equal to cosec square x. So, this will be equal to 2 cosec square x minus 2 is equal to cosec square x. So I'll just replace. So it will become cosec square x is equal to 1. Right? When you don't have to find cosec square x is equal to 1 का general solution. Rather I will make it as sin square x as 2 आ गया ना? So I will rather make it as a sin square x as 1 by 2. Right? So what is it? Sin square x is equal to sin square pi by 4. So what is x? N pi plus minus. Clear or not clear? Clear. Okay, now. Now you will observe, we have already observed the general solution, we have already observed the principal solution, right? But what happens at the terminal points? We are going to see. क्योंकि terminal points पे चीजें बदल जाती है. देखते हैं कैसे. Let's say I have to solve sin x is equal to 1. We are not going to say n pi plus minus 1 to the power n pi by 2. Why? देखो. This is your sin x is equal to 1, that is pi by 2, right? And it's again repeating at 2 pi. बीच में कुछ भी नहीं हो रहा है ना? कुछ भी नहीं हो रहा है. तो we saw that कि एक तो pi by 2 होगा, दूसरा pi by 2 plus 2 pi होगा, फिर plus 4 pi होगा. तो हमने क्या देखा? जनरल सॉल्यूशन क्या आया? pi by 2 plus 2n pi which is equal to, अगर मैं pi by 2 कॉमन बाहर निकाल दूं तो 4n plus 1. So this is the general solution for sin x is equal to 1. Okay, 4n plus 1 into pi by 2. Clear? And what about minus 1? If I say sin x is equal to minus 1, so I will again suggest the same thing, minus pi by 2. So if you see minus pi by 2, minus pi by 2 plus 2 pi, minus pi by 2 plus 4 pi. So similarly, it will be 2n pi minus pi by 2. I'll again take out pi by 2 as common. So this will become 4n minus 1. Clear or not clear? Clear. And what about sin x is equal to 0? We are getting 0 at every pi. So x is equal to n pi. क्लियर? सिमिलरली हम कॉस का भी देख लेते हैं टर्मिनल पॉइंट सर, है ना? See, whenever you get confused, draw the picture. Picture is far better, right? The moment you have the graph, you have all the solutions. You just have to interpret. You should know how to interpret the graph. If you're knowing how to interpret it, everything is fine. Okay, so you will be able to handle cos x is equal to 1, cos x is equal to minus 1, right? Now we'll jump to the second question, the second part. What is the most general value? Just tell me the second question. Solve the second part. Second question, question number 2. What is the most general value of theta that satisfies both the equation? So you see cos theta is negative and tan theta is positive. In which quadrant you find this? Third quadrant. Only in third quadrant you find this. So just tell me principal solution का क्या हो जाएगा? Cos theta minus 1/2 1/√2 कब होता है थर्ड क्वाड्रेंट में? क्या होगा? क्या होगा? 5 pi by 4. And tell me tan theta third quadrant में 1 कब बनाता है? 5 pi by 4. तो 0 से 2 पाई में तो एक हमें दिख गया 5 pi by 4, और ये फिर कब रिपीट करेगा? 2 पाई पे, क्योंकि पीरियड 2 पाई क्या ही होगा? So question है, what is the most general value of theta? So this is the most general value of theta. Clear? Not clear? Not clear? Okay, tell me. फर्स्ट क्वाड्रेंट में साइन कॉस दोनों पॉजिटिव होता है, इसलिए तीनों पॉजिटिव होते हैं. सेकंड क्वाड्रेंट में साइन इज पॉजिटिव, कॉस इज नेगेटिव, टैन इज नेगेटिव. सो ऑब्वियसली इट इज नॉट द सेकंड क्वाड्रेंट. इफ यू ऑब्जर्व टैन थीटा इज 1 एंड कॉस थीटा इज minus 1/√2. You observe that the cos theta is negative and tan theta is positive, which happens only in which quadrant? Third quadrant. So my answer is lying in the third quadrant. So I just have to observe कि cos theta minus 1/√2 कब होता है? तो मुझे पता चला 5 pi by 4 पे होता है. And 5 pi by 4 is lying in the third quadrant. So I'm satisfied. Okay, 5 pi by 4 is one of the answer. When you cross check with tan theta is equal to 1, you said कि okay, tan 5 pi by 4 is also 1. So one solution is 5 pi by 4. Now third quadrant फिर दोबारा कब आएगा? 2 pi पे, फिर 4 pi पे. So I just wrote the general solution 2n pi plus 5 pi by 4. Clear? Not clear? Clear. Can you go to the third question? Okay. देखो, जब भी तुमको इक्वेशन मिले कुछ ऐसा कि साइन ऑफ समथिंग इज इक्वल टू साइन ऑफ समथिंग, sine of something is equal to sine of something, always use this something is equal to n pi plus minus 1 to the power n this something, right? Always do it. You can do it easily. So the first question is sine 3 theta is equal to sine 2 theta. So sine 3 theta is equal to sine 2 theta. So I can say 3 theta is equal to n pi plus minus 1 to the power n 2 theta. Anybody is having any doubt? Now I can shift this portion to this side because I want my theta together, because I have to solve for theta. So I'll say something like 3 theta minus 1 to the power n 2 theta is equal to n pi. Anybody is having any doubt? No. So I can say that my theta is nothing but n pi by 3 minus 1 to the power n 2. Right? Now I'll break it into the cases when n is even, when n is odd. जब n even है तो क्या हो जाएगा? n pi. और जब odd है तो क्या हो जाएगा? This is the solution. कोई दूसरा मेथड सोच रहा था क्या? sin 3 theta minus sin 2 theta and then sin c minus sin d फॉर्मूला, राइट? उससे भी सेम ही आंसर आएगा. ओके. अच्छा, ट्रिग्नोमेट्रिक इक्वेशंस में एक और चीज मैं खास बात बता दूं. कभी कभी तुम्हारा जनरल सॉल्यूशन और आंसर पे जो जनरल सॉल्यूशन है वो मैच नहीं करता है, क्योंकि एक्चुअली सेम है, तुम्हारा भी आंसर सही है, उसका भी आंसर सही है. यू जस्ट हैव टू पुट द वैल्यूज, n की वैल्यू 0 1 2 3 डाल के जस्ट क्रॉस चेक कि उसका और तुम्हारा सेम है कि नहीं है. ठीक है, क्लियर. Now similarly do you can handle easily that part B, right? I want you to solve part C, third C, because sine 5 theta is 1 by root 2. You can say sine 5 theta is equal to sine pi by 4, and then finally you can apply the formula 5 theta is equal to n pi plus minus 1 to the power n pi by 4, and then theta becomes n pi plus minus 1 to the power n pi by 4 upon 5, and then you just see odd पे क्या हो रहा है, even पे क्या हो रहा है. So you can find easily this B part, you can easily solve, right? What about the third part? You see in the left side cot and the right side tan. Now tell me how to go for it. Exactly. And how to convert that? Pi by 2 minus theta. So we can say that tan pi by 2 minus theta is equal to, solve it, solve it. So the question is tan 5 theta is equal to cot theta. So I can write tan 5 theta as tan pi by 2 minus theta. Right? So I can write 5 theta as n pi plus pi by 2 minus theta. So my 6 theta becomes n pi plus pi by 2. So theta becomes 1 by 6 into pi by 2 into 2n plus 1. Yes. So I can say that 2n plus 1 into pi by 12 is my. Clear? Now part D is little interesting. Can anybody tell me how to solve it? Tan 2 theta into tan theta is equal to 1. Just one more reminder will be there in part D. So just solve it. See, I'll show you two approach. Okay, one approach में तुम्हें cautious होना पड़ेगा, एक approach में okay fine, it's fine, there's nothing to be cautious about. पहले मैं देता हूँ tan 2 theta का मैं सीधे फॉर्मूला लगा सकता हूँ. That will become upon into is equal to, so I can say 2 tan square theta is equal to, so I can say tan square theta is equal to 1 by 3. So tan theta, so I can say n pi plus minus pi by 3, है ना. एक तो ये अप्रोच है जब आपने tan 2 थीटा लगा दिया. जो हम लोग अभी जो इतने क्वेश्चंस किए उस अप्रोच से सॉल्व करने की कोशिश करते हैं. तो व्हेन आई से tan 2 थीटा into tan theta is 1, I can say tan 2 theta is equal to cot theta. I'll take that, I'll divide everything by tan theta. But आप हर चीज को tan theta से डिवाइड करने टाइम आपको ये बात तो पता है ना कि you cannot divide any number by 0. तो tan 0 पे क्या हो जाता है 0. तो आपको ये बात ध्यान में हो जाना चाहिए कि थीटा शुड नॉट बी 0, है ना. क्लियर. अब देखो कैसे सॉल्व करेंगे. आई कैन से tan 2 थीटा इज इक्वल टू cot tan pi by 2 So we can say 2 theta is equal to n pi plus, so I can say 3 theta is equal to 2n plus 1 pi by 2. ये है ना? So I can say theta is equal to 2n plus 1 into pi by 6. Clear? Huh? N should not be? Yeah. If I put n is equal to 0, what will be theta? Pi by 6. When I put n is equal to 1, what will be theta? 3 pi by 6, which is pi by 2. ठीक है? फिर n is equal to 2 पे 5 pi by 6. It's fine. No issue with it. N is equal to 3 पे, it's also fine. No issue with it. N is equal to 4 पे, that is again alarming. तो ये बात आपको समझ में आ रहा है? 1, 4, 7, 10 ये सब पे अलार्मिंग होगा और सॉल्यूशन एक्सेप्ट ही नहीं करेगा. So how to go for it? I'll say this is my general solution minus 3k plus 1. समझ में आया? minus 3k plus 1. n is equal to 1 पे, 4 पे, 7 पे, 10 पे, तो 1, 4, 7, 10 ये सब क्या है? 3k plus 1 फॉर्म है ना? क्लियर? देखो दोनों आंसर डिफरेंट दिख रहा है लेकिन है सेम आंसर. दोनों आंसर डिफरेंट दिख रहा है लेकिन है सेम आंसर. क्लियर? गुड. नाउ डू पार्ट 4, क्वेश्चन नंबर 4. What will be the graph of sine 5x is equal to 1? You understand the graph of sine x, right? The graph will remain the same, only the graph will shrink at, suppose at x is equal to 5 pi by 2 it was sine x, but now it will be at pi by 10 only. So the graph will remain the same, but it will be the horizontally it will be shrinked inside. The time period will change. The time period will be, okay, what will be the time period of sine 5x? Anyone? Time period of y is equal to sine 5x. 2 pi by 5. Excellent. So whenever you see sine kx, what will be the time period? 2 pi by k. Clear? This interrupts our lecture continuity. Okay, you keep on solving question number 4. Okay. In the meanwhile, I am looking after the query. Tan pi cot theta is equal to cot pi tan theta. Find tan theta. If there are no guide there should be a helper there.
There is one helper, but the content which you are teaching is just, we are just broadcasting that.
What? It's not clear. क्लास के बाद we can put the doubt session ना. आवाज नहीं आ रही है. So okay, question number 4. Everybody, किसी को कुछ, just tell me the approach because we don't have much time and I have to finish many things. We are running short of time. Okay, you didn't write. Please, can you bring the question back? The question paper. Yeah, question number 4. Tan pi cot theta is equal to cot pi tan theta. Find tan theta. You know the approach, right? Everybody know the approach, how to do it. if you see tan pi cot theta is equal to cot something, what you had to do? Convert in tan. So we'll say tan pi cot theta is equal to tan pi by 2 pi. So what will be the general solution? Pi cot theta is equal to n pi plus pi by 2 minus pi tan theta. All the terms have pi, so we can remove the pi. So this will become cot theta is equal to n plus half minus tan theta, right? Which will make it tan theta plus cot theta is equal to n plus half, right? I can write cot theta as 1 upon tan theta. That will make it tan square theta plus 1 by tan theta is equal to n plus 1 by 2, which means I have a quadratic tan square theta plus 1 plus n plus half tan theta, right? So I can say that tan square theta minus n plus half tan theta plus 1 is equal to 0. This is my quadratic equation, right? In tan. So what will be tan theta? Minus b, that will make it n plus half plus minus under root n plus half का square minus 4 by 2. यहाँ तक किसी को डाउट है? Anyone having any doubt till here? Tan theta is equal to n plus half is equal to plus minus under root n plus 1 by 2 का square n plus half का square minus 4 upon 2. यहाँ तक कोई डाउट है? Okay. है? नहीं है? Now you understand. I want that this part to be positive, then only I will have a real root, right? So this is not my complete solution. I have to restrict n. N को restrict करना बहुत जरूरी है. We have to restrict n. So we want n plus half का square minus 4 to be positive or 0, but we cannot expect it to be negative. So यहाँ पे आप fix कर दो कि n plus half का square minus 4 needs to be, इसका मतलब क्या हो जाएगा? n plus 3 by 5 by 2 a plus b a minus b पता है ना? तो क्या हो जाएगा? n plus 5 by 2 into n minus 5 by 2 greater equal to 0. ये कब होता है? माइनस इंफिनिटी से 5 by 2 माइनस 5 by 2 और 5 by 2 से इंफिनिटी, यही होता है ना? देखो ये देखो, this is 5 by 2, this is minus 5 by 2, so here it will be positive, negative, positive. I don't want this n, so my solution will be tan theta is equal to this, provided n is the element of real number minus 5 by 2 comma 5 by 2. Clear? Not clear? I'll just tell you the approach of 5 and 6. Then we'll go to trigonometric inequation. Question number 5. You see 2 sine square x plus sine square 2x is equal to 2. So I'll show you how to solve this question. You're done with this? Should I rub it? Okay, thank you. Now let's say I have to solve the equation 2 sine square x plus sine square 2x is equal to 2. Which means I can say that sine square 2x is equal to 2 into 1 minus है ना? Okay, so I can write sine square 2x as 2. What is sine 2x? 2 sine x cos x. So I can write this as 4 sine square x cos square x is equal to 2 cos square x. Clear? So I can say that 2 sine square x cos square x minus cos square x is equal to 0. What is common here? So can I separate it? So we will have two solution. Cos square x is equal to 0 and 2 sine square x minus 1 is equal to 0, and then you can solve. And it's or condition, either this or that. Now if you observe question number 6, sine cube x plus cos cube x plus sine x cos x is equal to 1, right? So how to go for it? How many knows this identity that a cube plus b cube? What is it? Excellent. So put it. If we factorize sine cube x plus cos cube x, it will become something like sine x plus cos x into sine square x plus cos square x minus sine x cos x. Clear? करो solve करो. See, I'll say sine cube x plus cos cube x is equal to 1 minus sine x cos x. Clear? I'll say sine x plus cos x into sine square x plus cos square x minus sine x cos x is equal to 1 minus. Clear? So I can, what is sine square x plus cos square x? 1. So I can write this as sine x plus cos x into 1 minus sine x cos x is equal to 1 minus sine x cos x. So I'll shift 1 minus sine x cos x on the left side. So I can say 1 minus sine x cos x is equal to 0, or sine x plus cos x is equal to 1. Clear or not clear? Clear? So I just skipped one step, that 1 minus sine x cos x into sine x plus cos x minus 1. And the product is 0, either this is 0 or that is 0. Right? So you know how to solve this. This will be sine x cos x is equal to 1. So I'll just multiply by 2. So this will become, what is this? Sine 2x. Can sine 2x be equal to 2? Is it possible? No. So no solution. And what about this portion? Sine x plus cos x is equal to 1. How to deal with this question? Huh? We'll use the concept of sine a plus b. See, whenever you find any expression like a sine x plus b cos x, whenever you see any expression like this, you just draw a triangle here of any angle, let's say alpha, and call this as a and this as b. What will be the length of this? Now divide this expression by the hypotenuse. So I can say under root a square plus b square into a by under root a square plus b square sine x plus b by under root a square plus b square cos x. Clear or not clear? What is a by under root a square plus b square? Cos alpha. And what is b upon this? Sine alpha. So I can say अंडर रूट ए स्क्वायर प्लस बी स्क्वायर इंटू साइन एक्स इंटू साइन इंटू कॉस अल्फा प्लस साइन बीटा साइन अल्फा into cos x. What is this? Sin a cos b plus cos a sin b. What is it? Sin a plus b. So I can say that this is under root a square plus b square into sin. What will be the maximum value of this expression? Under root a square plus b square. And minimum value? Minus under root a square plus b square. The same concept we are going to use for this question. करो कैसे? यहाँ पे a और b क्या हो जाएगा? 1 1. So we can multiply by root 2 and divide by root 2. So I'll say that as root 2 into 1 by root 2 sin x plus 1 by root 2 cos x is equal to 1. What is 1 by root 2? Cos 45. And this is also cos pi by 4. So I can write root 2 sin x plus pi by 4 is equal to 1. So I can write sin x plus pi by 4 is equal to 1 by root 2. What is the general solution? Batao. X plus pi by 4 is equal to n pi plus minus 1 to the power n pi by 4. और ये उधर शिफ्ट कर दो. Clear? Good. Now we'll graduate to the second section that is called trigonometric inequations. आप लोगों ने algebraically inequations किया है ना chapter? क्या है? Okay, good. It was a very important thing which I just told you about a sin x plus b cos x. Now let's say I have to solve some inequations, है ना? तो पहले फिर से हम लोग इसको कैसे सॉल्व करेंगे? ग्राफिकली, है ना? तो अब देखो क्या है, पहला क्वेश्चन क्या है? sin x is greater or equal to half, है ना? I have to find all the values of x for which I always get greater than half. तो पहले मैं ग्राफ बना देता हूं, ठीक है? ग्राफ ऐसे चलता जाएगा. क्लियर? एंड हाफ y इज इक्वल टू हाफ कौन सा लाइन होगा? ऐसे करो. ठीक है. अच्छा, ग्रेटर देन इक्वल टू भी साइन है ना, सो दैट पॉइंट ऑल्सो विल बी इंक्लूडेड. सो आई एम जस्ट शेडिंग द पोर्शन जहां पे हमारा ग्राफ 1/2 से बड़ा है. तो इसका मतलब है फॉर दिस इक्वेशन I'll call this point as pi by 6 and this portion as pi minus pi by 6. So my x is lying between and we'll again start repeating the same way. कैसे? Is equal to है ना? तो इससे आपको क्या पता चल रहा है? x should lie between n pi plus pi by 6 into n plus 1 pi minus pi by 6. Clear? This will be your solution. Clear or not clear? Clear? Similarly, you can solve for sin x less than half. Okay, so you can solve sin x less than half. You can similarly solve cos x is greater than equal to root 3 by 2. So I would ask you to solve part D first. You can solve B and C at your place. Part D kar lo abhi. Tan x is greater or equal to minus root 3. Just tell me what will be the solution. Tan x greater or equal to minus root 3. So first of all, draw the graph of tan x. कहाँ asymptotes होता है tan x पे? So draw. ठीक है? And you know the graph, something like this, right? And y is equal to minus root 3 कहाँ पे होता है? Below x axis, somewhere here, है ना? तो देखो पहले मैं लाइन ड्रॉ कर लेता हूं. क्लियर? कहां कहां पे कट कर रहा है? Now I want my expression to be greater than minus root 3. तो क्या हो जाएगा कहानी? ये शेडेड पोर्शन होगा, ये शेडेड कर्व जो होगा. दिस इज माय सॉल्यूशन. कहां से कहां तक लाई कर रहा है? What will be this point? Minus 3, है ना? और कहां तक जा रहे हैं? पाई बाई 2 तक, है ना? So my x is lying between minus pi by 3 से is it included? ये not included. अच्छा, ये किस पे रिपीट कर रहा है? पाई पे, पाई पे, 2 पाई पे, 3 पाई पे. So I can say clear or not clear? Clear? Just write it. I will be solving sin x plus cos x. Done? Should I rub this? You should have multiple boards. Okay. Now I have Mr. Who is the girl? Okay. I have to solve this equation. Like, so I'm going to imagine a triangle whose, okay. So what will be the angle of this? Pi by 4. And what will be the length of this? I'm going to multiply and divide by root 2 the whole expression. So I'll say root 2 into sin x into 1 by root 2 plus 1 by root 2 into cos x is equal to 1. Now, can I replace my 1 by root 2 as sine, as cos pi by 4 plus sine pi by 4 into cos x is equal to 1. And what about, we are in trigonometry 1, we have already learned that sine A plus B is equal to sine A cos B plus cos A. So we can say that root 2 into sine x plus pi by 4 is equal to 1. So we can say again that sine of x plus pi by 4 is equal to 1 by root 2. So I can write my general solution as x plus pi by 4 is equal to n pi plus minus 1 to the power n pi by 4. And then I'll shift my pi by 4 to the right side. So I'll say n pi plus minus 1 to the power n pi by 4 minus pi by 4. Hope I answered you. Okay. So just attempt the part E part. Question number E. Trigonometric inequations. वहाँ कोई tan x plus cot x is equal to I'll tackle your doubt after 3. Okay, I'll tackle your doubt after 3. Okay, where were we? E part. कैसे solve करें? What was the question? Okay, sine to the power 4 x by 3 plus cos to the power 4 x by 3 is greater than half. Right? This is the question which we are going to solve. Now I'll make it a little easier by write the expression little less complicated by x by 3 is equal to y. Okay, and then again we'll do it. So we can say sine to the power 4y plus cos to the power 4y is greater than half. Now can anybody tell me what is sine to the power 4a plus sine to the plus cos to the power 4a? ये फॉर्मूला आप लोगों को ट्रिग्नोमेट्री 1 में डिराइव कराया गया था, इज इक्वल टू 1 माइनस, वेरी गुड. So I can write my expression as 1 minus 2 sine square y cos square y greater than half. ठीक है? Now I'll shift this to the left side. So I can say half minus half minus 2 sine square y cos square y is greater than half. So finally it will become 1 minus half will become half. Okay. I'm going to multiply. Okay. Now I can say that 1 minus 4 sine square y cos square y is greater than 0. So I can say that 4 sine square y cos square y is less than 1. What is this expression? Sine square 2y. So I can say sine square 2y minus 1 is less than 0. How to solve this inequation? Sine 2y is lying between minus 1 to. So I can say that ये समझ में आ रहा है? ये तो एक्सप्रेशन आना भी चाहिए था, बट टर्मिनल पॉइंट्स पे एक मतलब एंड पॉइंट्स पे ये कहानी नहीं है. मतलब पाई बाई टू एंड माइनस पाई बाई टू हैज बीन रिमूव्ड, है ना? इसका मतलब है कि ऑड मल्टीपल्स ऑफ पाई बाई टू इज नॉट आवर सॉल्यूशन बिकॉज दिस इज ग्रेटर देन नॉट इक्वल टू. सो आई कैन से 2y is the element of real number minus. Clear? I can say this. मेरा एक्सप्रेशन y में था क्या? x by 3 में था ना? So I can write it as 2x by 3 is the element of real number minus 2n plus 1 into pi by 2. Clear? इसका मतलब है कि x is the element of real number minus, I don't want my 2x by 3 to be odd multiple of 2n plus 1 into pi by 2, which I want x should not be equal to 3 by 4 into 2n plus 1 pi. यही होगा ना? So x is the element of real number minus 3 by 4 into 2n plus 1 pi. Clear or not clear? Clear? Not clear. Very good. I say sine 2y is lying between minus 1 to 1. It means my sine 2y should not be equal to 1 or minus 1. It means I don't want odd multiples of pi by 2. So I said that 2y is the element of real number minus odd multiples of pi by 2, which I wrote that 2x by 3. That's y is x by 3. So I wrote 2x by 3 is the element of real number minus odd multiples of pi by 2. So odd multiples of pi by 2, 2x by 3 is equal to, ये नहीं चाहिए हमें. We don't want this. इसका मतलब we don't want. I have to multiply into 3 by 2. तभी नहीं इधर ले जाएंगे. तो क्या हो जाएगा 3 by 4 into 2n plus 1 pi. तो x should not be equal to this. तो मैंने फाइनल सॉल्यूशन लिख दिया x is the element of real number minus 3 by 4 into 2n plus 1 pi. Clear? Do part F. इनको पर्सनल मैसेज कर दीजिए कि stay back after 3. Okay, stay back after 3. I'll be taking care of those topics. Because we are running very short of time. Okay, so part F में क्या करें? We have two graphs. तो पहले तो बना लो ये, ठीक है? ये बन गया. Now sin x is greater than half. So this is my half. This point, this point, this point, this point, this point, and so sin x is greater than half. मैं रेड से कर रहा हूँ. ठीक है, पहला एक इक्वेशन ड्रॉ हो गया. दूसरा इक्वेशन क्या होगा, sin x is less than minus half. So if you see minus half somewhere here, so this point, this point, this point, this point, just drawing the line. Okay, so my next solution will be है ना. Now we have to write the general term. तो आप पहले ऑब्जर्व करोगे 1/2 means pi by 6, again 5 pi by 6, and then again pi plus pi by 6, and then again 2 pi minus pi by 6. I'll write 5 pi by 6 as pi minus pi by 6. So I can say my x is lying between pi by 6, say pi minus pi by 6, or pi plus pi by 6, say क्या जनरल एक्सप्रेशन आ रहा है, क्या जनरल एक्सप्रेशन आ रहा है, दोनों का देखो सेम जनरल एक्सप्रेशन है, क्या है, n pi plus pi by 6 and n plus 1 pi minus pi by 6. You just have इसमें कुछ नहीं है, बस तुम्हें आंसर्स लिखना आना चाहिए, मतलब तुम इसका जनरल टर्म लिखना जान सको. Done? Now we'll graduate to the next level of questions. यहाँ तक आपको समझ में आया? I hope you are very much now aware about the trigonometric equations and trigonometric inequations. So you remember the third commitment. You have to get back home, revise everything, do all the questions, and then write the lecture notes in your own word so that it becomes internalized, right? It gets internalized. Okay, now we are going to the next level of questions. Should I rub this now? Okay. Okay, the question is, पहली बार आप ऐसा देख रहोगे कि लेफ्ट हैंड साइड में एक दूसरा वेरिएबल, राइट हैंड साइड में दूसरा वेरिएबल, एंड हाउ टू सॉल्व दिस क्वेश्चन. यू आर नॉट गेटिंग एनी क्लू. किसी के पास क्लू है हाउ टू सॉल्व दिस क्वेश्चन? I started my class with graphs and I was very much stressing on domain. I was very much stressing on range. Right? इस क्वेश्चन में आप देखिए लेफ्ट हैंड साइड में आपका है 1 प्लस साइन स्क्वायर वाई और राइट हैंड साइड में क्या है, cos स्क्वायर एक्स. ठीक है, तो मैं इस क्वेश्चन को जब भी आपको दो वेरिएबल्स दिखे एक ही इक्वेशन में और सॉल्व करने को कहा जा रहा है, तो इसका मतलब है द एग्जामिनर और द क्वेश्चन मेकर वांट्स टू जज whether you know the maximum and minimum values of the both sides. Okay, and the moment you are able to find the maximum and minimum values of both sides, you will be able to solve this question. देखो कैसे. If I say 1 plus sin square y is equal to cos square x, so now I can shift my cos square on the left hand side. So what will it become? 1 minus sin cos square x, that is sin square x plus sin square y is equal to 0. ये एक्सप्रेशन कितनों को समझ में नहीं आया? Everybody is with me? Everybody got it? Okay, I am shifting my cos square x to the left hand side, so it will become 1 minus cos square x, and that is sin square x, and I have already sin square y. So we see sin square x plus sin square y is equal to 0. Okay, what is the range of sin square x? कहां से कहां तक लाई करेगा sin square x? 0 से, और ये 0 से 1. इन दोनों का सम 0 कब होगा? जब दोनों 0 होगा, तो इसका सॉल्यूशन हो जाएगा sin square x is equal to 0 and sin square y is equal to 0, which means sin x is equal to 0 and sin y is equal to, which means x is equal to n pi and y is equal to m pi. Don't write n both side. एक में n pi लिखो, दूसरे में m pi. Now observe the second question, ninth question. The question is, find the greatest positive solution of the following expression where x is lying between 0 to 5 pi by 2. So you have to observe only till 0 to 5 pi by 2 and उसमें जो आपका जो positive greatest positive solution आपको निकल के आ रहा है, that will be your answer, right? Let's see. When I observe 1 plus sine to the power 4x is equal to cos square 3x, right? So I can say that sine square 3x plus sine to the power 4x is equal to 0, which means sine square 3x is 0 and sine to the power 4x is 0. तभी possible है, which I can say sine 3x is 0 and I can say sin x is equal to 0, है ना? देखो and condition है ना? दोनों को 0 होना है एक साथ. Now I can say 3x is equal to n pi, so x is equal to, and I can say x is equal to n pi. Yeah, because both are sin x. Because m pi whatever, we are not interested right now कि क्या है. इन दोनों का सॉल्यूशन, कॉमन सॉल्यूशन क्या होगा? यही होगा, यही होगा ना दोनों का कॉमन सॉल्यूशन, n pi by 3. और जैसे इसको मैं वैल्यू पुट करता हूं, 0 pi by 3, 2 pi by 3, pi, 4 pi by 3, 5 pi by 3. It will keep on repeating this way and it will be 0 pi, 2 pi, 3 pi, 4 pi. तो दोनों का कॉमन सॉल्यूशन क्या है? इंटरसेक्शन मींस एंड कंडीशन मतलब इंटरसेक्शन, दोनों का कॉमन पॉइंट. तो x इज इक्वल टू n पाई और मेरा x कहां से कहां तक लाई कर रहा है? तो मैक्सिमम वैल्यू क्या होगी? तो n की वैल्यू क्या होगी? So we don't have to find n ना, we have to find maximum solution. So answer will be x is equal to 2 pi. Clear? This is the greatest positive solution when x is lying between 0 to 5 pi by 2. Now let's go to question number 10. If you see the question number 10, you'll see that cos x into sin y is equal to 1. X is lying between 0 to 3 pi and y is also lying between 0 to 3 pi. You have to tell the total number of possible ordered pairs. Ordered pairs, you understand? जैसे आपने coordinate geometry में पढ़ा होगा, जो आप abscissa and ordinate, they are ordered pairs. Means their order is important. जो ऑर्डर में पहला बंदा पहले बंदे में पहला ही रहेगा और दूसरा बंदा दूसरा ही रहेगा. मतलब 3/4 is not equal to 4/3. Clear? Now if cos x sin y दोनों का प्रोडक्ट 1 हो रहा है, ये कब होगा पॉसिबल? कौन से केसेस में पॉसिबल है? जब दोनों 1 हो या दोनों -1 हो. रेसिप्रोकल तो हो ही नहीं सकता ना. सिर्फ एक ही केस में रेसिप्रोकल बन सकता है, 1 और -1 के केस में, अदरवाइज बीच में अगर हाफ का रेसिप्रोकल क्या होता है 2, sin y 2 हो सकता है क्या? नहीं. So it will always only two cases are possible. One case is cos x is 1 and sin y is 1, और see and और का फर्क समझ में आना चाहिए सबको. cos x is -1 and sin y is -1. जनरल सॉल्यूशन लिखने की जरूरत नहीं है, वी हैव 0 से 3 पाई तक हमें, ठीक है. तो cos x इक्वल टू 1 कहां पे x 1 होगा, 0 पे होगा, 2 पाई पे होगा और 4 पाई है ही नहीं. y कहां कहां 1 होगा, पाई बाई 2 पे होगा और 5 पाई बाई 2 पे होगा, 5 पाई बाई 2 पे. है ना, यही 2 पे होगा, 0 2 पाई पे, ये होगा पाई बाई 2 एंड देन 5 पाई बाई 2, सिर्फ 2 ही होगा, ठीक है. और इसमें cos x -1 है, कब कब होगा, पाई पे होगा और 3 पाई पे होगा, और sin y -1 कहां कहां पे होगा, 3 पाई बाई 2 और 7 पाई बाई 2 विच इज आउटसाइड. हाउ मेनी ऑर्डर पेयर्स पॉसिबल यहाँ पे, 4, और यहाँ पे कितने ऑर्डर पेयर पॉसिबल है, 2, और टोटल ऑर्डर पेयर कितने होंगे, क्लियर और नॉट क्लियर. Now let's go to question number 11. So you are अभी तक जितने भी क्वेश्चंस आ रहे हैं, दो वेरिएबल्स एक ही इक्वेशन में है, और हम कौन सा कॉन्सेप्ट यूज कर रहे हैं, रेंज का कॉन्सेप्ट यूज कर रहे हैं, है ना, मैक्सिमम मिनिमम वैल्यू से कॉन्सेप्ट यूज कर रहे हैं. Clear a bit? Just do it. Videos will be available now, you can see this. Pause it and you can see them. Okay, now the next question is, you see a trigonometric expression on the left side and a biquadratic expression on the right side, right? तो थोड़ा सा प्रॉब्लम है, लेट्स सी, देखते हैं क्या प्रॉब्लम है. लेफ्ट हैंड साइड क्या है, 2 sin y, और मैं राइट हैंड साइड को लिख सकता हूँ x to the power 4 minus 2 into 1 into x square plus 1 का स्क्वायर plus 2. ये मैं ऐसा मैंने क्यों लिखा, कोई बता सकता है, a minus b का होल स्क्वायर. So I can write 2 sin y is equal to x square minus 1 का होल स्क्वायर plus 2. Now tell me what will be the maximum value of left hand side, 2, and what will be the minimum value of right hand side, 2. ये लाई कर रहा है, this right hand side is lying between 2 से infinity, right hand side 2 से infinity लाई कर रहा है ना, and left hand side is lying between, तो दोनों का कॉमन पॉइंट क्या है, ओनली 2, इसका मैक्सिमम उसका मिनिमम है, तो ओनली वन कंडीशन इज पॉसिबल. इट मींस आई वांट sin y इक्वल टू 1, वन सॉल्यूशन, और दूसरा सॉल्यूशन क्या होगा, x स्क्वायर माइनस 1 इज इक्वल टू 0. सो आई हैव गॉट x इज इक्वल टू प्लस माइनस 1, तो x तो फिक्स हो गया प्लस माइनस 1. sin y इज इक्वल टू 1 है, कहां से वहां तक हमें देखना है, 0 to 5 पाई, तो 0 to 5 पाई 1 कब कब हो जाएगा, पाई बाई 2 पे होगा, 5 पाई बाई 2 पाई प्लस पाई बाई 2, 5 पाई बाई 2 पे होगा, और 9 पाई बाई 2 पे होगा, है ना, यही तीनों वैल्यू पे होगा. x की वैल्यू कितनी है, 2, और इसकी वैल्यू कितनी है, तो ऑर्डर पे कितने होंगे, 6. क्लियर. So we are already understanding these type of questions and we will be able to handle it, and you find it easier now, right? It's very easy. If you are familiar with graphs, things are very easy. Trigonometric equations become very easy, very easy. You just have to understand the pattern and generalize the pattern. Which question? This one. You see the expression 2 sin y. यहाँ तक समझ में आया था? You were fine here? You were with me? Now, you understood this expression as well? Okay, now, tell me 2 sin y. Sin y की maximum value क्या होती है? 1 से -1. So 2 sin y की maximum value क्या होगी? 2. Now observe this expression. This is x square minus 1 का square. It means it is a positive number. It will always be positive or 0. It can never be negative. Plus 2 means it will always be greater than 2. This thing is always greater than 2 and this thing is always lesser than or equal to 2. It means where they will meet? 2. Clear? So 2 sin y is 2, so sin y becomes 1 and x square minus 1 is equal to 0 because this is 2, so this has to be 0. So x square minus 1 is 0, so x is equal to plus minus 1. So we have 2 values of x and 3 values of y. So how many ordered pair? 6. Clear? Solve question number 12 now. Here we have 3 variables and 2 equations. Okay, before you solve 12, I would like to say something. I would like to show something. You understand arithmetic mean? You understand geometric mean? Everyone understand that? If I say I have 2 positive numbers, let's say I have 2 positive numbers A and B. They are positive numbers, positive real numbers. So what do you understand by this? That A plus B by 2 is greater or equal to, ये बात समझ में आता है ना? Which we say arithmetic mean, है ना? ये बात सबको समझ में आता है? Even we have, let's say, n positive numbers. कितने positive numbers? N positive numbers. तो इसका मीन क्या होगा? All summation by n, and it will always be greater than this. Also hold for more than 1 also, more than 2 also, provided all are positive. ये सबको पता था? नहीं पता था ये बात? Sorry, 1 by. Okay, now ये बात सबको पता था? कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं इसमें? Now, अब I am changing the question. Let's say I say A is negative, B is negative. So what about the arithmetic mean and geometric mean relation? If I say A is negative, let me help you. If I say A is negative, I can say A is equal to minus P, where P is positive number. And if I say B is negative, I can say B is equal to minus Q, where Q is positive number. So I have P positive number and Q positive number, right? Now I can any day say that P plus Q by 2 is greater or equal to under root PQ. Now I'll replace P by minus A. So minus A minus B by 2 is greater or equal to minus A into minus B makes it AB. Clear? Now can I say that minus A plus B by 2 is greater or equal to under root AB? So I can say that A plus B by 2 is less than or equal to minus root AB. You can say ना minus minus multiply करने पे sign change कर जाता है. So I can say arithmetic mean is less than or equal to minus geometric mean for A and B are negative. ठीक है? वो कंडीशन क्या था? दोनों पॉजिटिव. ये कंडीशन क्या था? दोनों नेगेटिव. हमेशा यही देखना, या तो दोनों पॉजिटिव है या दोनों नेगेटिव है. अगर ज्यादा नेगेटिव नंबर्स है, लेट्स से एन तक जा रहे हैं, तो एन हैज टू बी इवन नंबर्स, क्योंकि आपको 1 बाई nth पार्ट निकालना है। क्लियर? तो ये बात समझ में आ रहा है? ओके, नाउ वी विल गो टू क्वेश्चन नंबर 12। हाँ, एक और बात, जब भी तुम्हें ये फॉर्म दिखे x प्लस 1 बाई एक्स का फॉर्म, think of arithmetic mean and geometric mean. Okay, now go to question number 12. Should I rub this? So I have tan square x plus cot square x is equal to 2 sin square y. Right? ये कौन सा एक्सप्रेशन है? x plus 1 by x एक्सप्रेशन है ना? So what will be the, आप ये बताओ कि इसकी मिनिमम वैल्यू क्या होगी? 0. Okay, tell me. X is a positive number, 1 by x upon 2. This is the arithmetic mean. Is greater or equal to geometric mean. So can I say x plus 1 by x? It will always be greater or equal to 2. है ना? कौन सी वैल्यू पे? पाई बाई 4 पे. क्लियर? सो पाई बाई 4 पे देखो, अच्छा x प्लस 1 बाई एक्स का tan पाई बाई 4, अदरवाइज इसका आप दूसरा और देखेंगे। ठीक है, इसका हो जाएगा tan स्क्वायर x इज इक्वल टू 1, cot स्क्वायर x इज इक्वल टू 1। ये बात समझ में आ रहा है? सो लेफ्ट हैंड साइड का आपका मिनिमम वैल्यू क्या है? 2। राइट हैंड साइड का मिनिमम वैल्यू, मैक्सिमम वैल्यू क्या है? वेयर दे आर मीटिंग 2 पे। तो क्या हो जाएगा सॉल्यूशन? क्या हो जाएगा सॉल्यूशन? दिस इज इक्वल टू 1 साइन स्क्वायर y इज इक्वल टू साइन y इज इक्वल टू प्लस माइनस 1। राइट द जनरल एक्सप्रेशन। और ये क्या हो जाएगा? tan स्क्वायर x इज इक्वल टू 1, cot स्क्वायर x इज ऑल्सो 1। कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता, दोनों में से कोई एक लिख दो। सो आपको x भी निकल के आ गया, है ना? n पाई प्लस माइनस पाई बाई 4, उसका भी एक्सप्रेशन निकल के आ गया, साइन स्क्वायर इज इक्वल टू 1, है ना? n पाई प्लस माइनस पाई बाई 2, इसका क्या हो जाएगा? तो सिंपल ऐसे लिख सकते हैं, y इज इक्वल टू n पाई प्लस माइनस पाई बाई 2, इसको लिख सकते हैं x इज इक्वल टू n पाई प्लस माइनस, अभी सिर्फ x और y निकालना था क्या? z भी निकालना है, z निकालना है। व्हाट इज द सेकंड इक्वेशन? साइन स्क्वायर y इज इक्वल टू साइन स्क्वायर z। तो कोई फर्क पड़ा है क्या? z भी क्या होगा? m पाई प्लस माइनस पाई बाई 2। क्लियर और नॉट क्लियर? नॉट क्लियर? कहां पे फंसी? You understood this arithmetic geometric mean portion? You understood that tan square x plus cot square x की minimum value 2 होगी, and the maximum value of 2 sin square y is 2. Okay, so the meeting point is 2. So sin square y is 1. So y is equal to n pi plus minus pi by 2. The general expression, sin square is x is equal to sin square alpha. So x is equal to n pi plus minus alpha. Clear? Now you want this expression to be 2. कब होगा? जब ये 1 और ये 1 होगा, अदरवाइज नहीं पॉसिबल है। So tan square x is equal to 1, cot square x is also 1. So it means tan square x is 1. It means x is equal to n pi plus minus pi by 4. Now the second equation was sin square y plus cos square z is equal to 1, which means sin square y is equal to 1 minus cos square z, which is sin square y is equal to sin square z, which means y and z, sin square z is also equal to 1. So z is equal to n pi plus minus pi by 2, and y is equal to n pi plus minus pi by 2, and x is n pi plus minus pi by 4. Clear? 13, I think you will be able to handle it. Tell me fast. 13. You see exponents on the right side, left hand side, trigonometric function, and nothing to fear about it now. Because what is the idea? The maximum and minimum. And you see, this is a form of x plus 1 by x. So what you have to think of? Arithmetic mean and geometric mean. So what is the right hand side pe concentrate karo. What will be the minimum value of right hand side? 2. At what value of x? 0. At x is equal to 0, my expression will become 2. Put x is equal to 0 on the left hand side. What is it? 2 cos square 0. 2 cos square 2. So which is the solution? The only solution is x is equal to 0. Got it or not got it? Understood everyone, or should I again explain it? You see left hand side, 2 cos x square plus x by 6 is equal to the power x plus 1 by the power x. Now you see this, what will be the arithmetic mean of this expression? 2 to the power x plus 1 by 2 to the power x by 2, which will be greater or equal to under root of this into this, which is basically reciprocal. That will be 1. So we can say 2 to the power x plus 1 by 2 to the power x will be greater or equal to 2. At what value it will become 2? At x is equal to 0. At x is equal to 0, this thing will become 2. And at what value of this thing will become 2? यहाँ put करो 0. क्या बन गया? यहाँ पे जनरल सॉल्यूशन निकालने की जरूरत नहीं है, क्योंकि जनरल सॉल्यूशन में काम नहीं बनेगा. द मोमेंट यू विल गेट, इफ यू पुट 2 पाई, ये एक्सप्रेशन गड़बड़ कर देगा, और ये तो बहुत बड़ा गड़बड़ कर देगा, है ना? ये तो और बड़ा हो जाएगा. गेटिंग द आइडिया? सो यू द ओनली सॉल्यूशन इज x इज इक्वल टू 0. So we have solved it orally, the 13th question, right? Good. So it means that we are actually getting friendly with the thing. Now, 14 is very interesting question. I think you will be able to handle it now. Try to solve. Put trigonometric on the left hand side and algebraic on the right hand side. देखो क्या आ रहा है? What you are getting? Put trigonometry on the left hand side and algebraic on the right hand side. We are only till 3. We have to finish up. We cannot go beyond. Okay. So let's solve it together because we don't have much time. If you see this question, x square plus 2x sine xy plus 1 is equal to 0. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put trigonometric thing on the left hand side and algebraic thing on the right side. So it will be something like minus 2 sine xy is equal to x square by x plus 1 by x. So I can say minus 2 sine xy is equal to x plus 1 by x. Oh, you got something friendly here. What is that? X plus 1 by x. ये कहां तक लाई करता है? See, x can be positive, x can be negative. अगर ये पॉजिटिव नंबर है, अब याद करो मैंने क्या दूसरा जो एक्सप्रेशन कराया था, है ना? पहले क्या बोला था? अरिथमेटिक मीन is greater or equal to geometric mean when both are positive. So I can say x plus 1 by x is greater or equal to 2. यहाँ तो कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है. And when both were negative, what was the expression? Minus geometric mean. So x plus 1 by x. So what is the range of x plus 1 by x? Minus infinity से minus 2 यूनियन 2 से इंफिनिटी. मतलब this expression ये इनके, अच्छा इसकी वैल्यू कहां से कहां तक लाई करेगी, -2 से 2, और ये कहां से लाई कर रहा है, बिल्कुल एग्जैक्टली, तो दोनों का मीटिंग पॉइंट क्या है, 2 और -2। तो 2 कब बनेगा ये एक्सप्रेशन, जब x इज इक्वल टू 1, और -2 कब बनेगा ये एक्सप्रेशन, जब x इज इक्वल टू, तो सॉल्व इट, एक बार पुट करो x इज इक्वल टू 1, एक बार पुट करो x इज इक्वल टू -1। So let's say I am putting sin x is equal to 1. So it will be -2 sin y, क्योंकि x बन गया 1, is equal to 2. So sin y is equal to -y. ठीक है, आ जाएगा. When x is equal to -1, this will become -2 sin -y is equal to -2. इससे क्या पता चला हमें, sin y is equal to, दोनों का सेम ही आंसर होगा, बताओ क्या होगा, sin y is equal to -1, sin y is equal to -1. So what will be the answer? sin y is equal to -1, क्या होगा आंसर, हमने निकाला था 4n - 1 into π/2, ऐसा कुछ आया था क्या, याद है शुरू में कर रहे थे जो एक्सट्रीम पॉइंट्स पे, 4n - 1 π/2, है ना, भूल गए. अच्छा बताओ -1 कहाँ कहाँ होता है, 3 π/2 पे होता है, 5 π/2 पे होता है, -π/2 पे होता है, 5 π/2 सही नहीं लिखा क्या, 7 π/2, ठीक है, यही होता है ना, यहाँ पे -1 होता है, इसको मैं क्या कह सकता हूँ, -π/2 प्लस 2n पाई, तो π/2 बाहर निकालो, 4n - 1 π/2. घर पे जाना, रिव्यू करना, सारी चीजें याद आ जाएंगी, ठीक है. ओके, नाउ just the last question, and this is the second last sheet, so probably in the next class we'll handle the third sheet. So just let's finish up with the last thing. Okay, the 15th question. We have 5 minutes, right? See, I'll just give you the idea of this question. If sine square theta minus 2 sine theta minus 1 is equal to 0, and theta is lying between 0 to n pi, find the minimum value of n for which this equation has 4 solutions. I want only 4 solution, means 4 points. You have to calculate. और थीटा कहां से कहां तक में 4 पॉइंट है, तो मिनिमम जो इंटीजर वैल्यू होगा वो पुट करना है. ऑल्सो फाइंड द मैक्सिमम वैल्यू, मिनिमम वैल्यू भी इनका बताइए और मैक्सिमम वैल्यू भी इनका बताइए, जिसमें कि सिर्फ 4 सॉल्यूशंस हो. वी हैव टू ड्रॉ द ग्राफ. तो सबसे पहले इस इक्वेशन को पहले सॉल्व कर देते हैं. इट्स सिंपल, द क्वाड्रेटिक एक्सप्रेशन इन sin थीटा, है ना. सो तो सिंपल सॉल्व कर दो. sin थीटा विल बी इक्वल टू 2 प्लस माइनस 4 प्लस 4 by 2, which is equal to 2 plus minus 2 root 2 by 2, which is equal to 1 plus minus root 2. अच्छा 1 plus root 2 कभी होगा क्या sin थीटा, दो सॉल्यूशन आया ना, 1 plus root 2 और 1 minus root 2. ये होगा कभी क्या, ये होगा क्या, होगा. पॉजिटिव नंबर होगा कि नेगेटिव नंबर होगा, नेगेटिव नंबर होगा. So I'm going to draw the graph. This is my sin theta, and this is, let's say this point is 1 minus root 2, let's say. So 1 solution, 2 solution, 3 solution, 4 solution. This is pi, this is 2 pi, 3 pi, 4 pi, 5 pi. Okay, now 4 solution कहां से कहां तक में, मिनिमम वैल्यू क्या है इनकी, 4 pi. So minimum value of n is 4, for having this equation to have 4 solutions. And what about the maximum value of n, क्योंकि 5 pi तक 4 ही solution है. देखो maximum 5, n की वैल्यू निकालनी, n pi, n is 5, n is 4. Clear? So hope you will get back to your place and do the revision, right? Okay then, bye bye.